Hello, viewer, and welcome to Games with Dialogue. I'm Dialogue, and I'm playing Pillars of Eternity 2, Deadfire. I finally beat Part 1 yesterday, so I'm diving right in here. I want to go over the options real quick before I dive in, and let you know that I'm going to be dividing this episode into two parts. The spoiler version and the not spoiler version. So if you want to watch the intro to this game and my Pillars of Eternity history that I'm going to go through without spoilers, you should watch episode 1B. 1A is going to be the super spoily version. In either case, I'm going to go through the history here to give you viewers context to how I ended Pillars of Eternity. Since you can't see all the choices I made in the save file I'm going to upload, it's up to this here. So I'm going to leave out the spoiler stuff, the end of the game and some of the big stuff, for the non-spoiler episode, but you guys watching the spoiler episode get to see the whole thing. So we'll split it here, and non-spoilers don't have to worry about it. Which event of the Hollowborn Crisis do you wish to establish? You must make a choice. The fate of the souls. What did I do with all the souls from the Hollowborn Crisis? I distributed the soul essence to the survivors in the Deerwood. The Pledge to the Gods, I chose Gallowayne. Yeah, I pledged to Gallowayne. God of the Hunt, Assassins, Wilderness, and Predatory Creatures. The God of Monsters. Bereth, the God of the Dead, wanted me to just destroy them. Guard wanted me to destroy them completely. No thanks. And Skeen wanted me to give them to... He wanted me to complete the main villain's objective, basically. So, the fate of Theos, what did I do? I destroyed his soul. That guy had it coming. Out of all the people in existence, he was too dangerous to just erase his memories, because he could awaken at some point. Return him to the wheel, he could awaken at some point and continue his reign of terror. Banishing his soul, I didn't know exactly what that would do, but I was pretty sure he could still cause trouble. Merwald's fate, I'm a... now I completed this quest, because it's so early in the game, I completed this quest in 2015. There was a huge break between me playing. And I'm ashamed to say I absorbed his soul for knowledge. I did not let him go back to the wheel. I did not help him at all. I helped myself. My stance with Animancy, I said it should be continued in the Deerwood without any kind of restrictions or anything. That was my own stupid mistake, but that was my decision to make. Defiance Bay faction support. I had a problem with this one. I picked the dozens, and I wish I hadn't, but I did it. So, there. I did it. I'm done with the Hollowborn Crisis. Companions? Okay. Adair. What happened with Adair? I restored his faith. There. Aloth. He became dedicated to dismantling the Leaden Key. He became Grandmaster. He became this top one. I did this top one. Durance. I convinced him that Magrin conspired with Wodica. I didn't convince him. He died. I convinced him. Kana. Kana became an explorer dedicated to acquiring knowledge. No. Steam Progressive Voice and Rawatai. That's the one. Sagani. I convinced her to tell Persak about Masuk. I did, in fact, convince her to do that. out of the three, the top one was the most accurate. I thought they were going to give me more options, like she went on a long hunt, she returned home, but whatever. Hiravius, I pushed him towards Galwain, I pushed him towards Whale. Gee, which one did I push him towards? I don't think I pushed him towards either, he just kind of was there, but we'll say Whale. God of secrets, revelations, illusions, cryptography. The mystery god. Palagina disobeyed her orders. Yeah, she just straight up disobeyed her orders. It turned out all right at the end of my save file. Grieving Mother. I didn't wipe her memory. She remembered who she was and came to accept it, and so on and so forth. I never recruited the Devil of Karak. She was a rogue. I wasn't going to do that. I don't like rogues. Never have. Possibly never will. We'll see how this game goes. Zahuna. I didn't actually complete his quest line. Let's see. He returned to Thousand Dreams Monastery, founded a new monk order, reestablished, found an apprentice in Defiance Bay, wandered the world, recorded the legacy of the Takan with Hand Occult, died. Let's say he wandered the world. An old monk wandering. I like that. That's a fitting end. Mahana. She never found the salt well. She forgot her regrets, lived her life to the fullest. She never found the salt well and continued as a gift bearer. Ah, see? Neither of these options are the ones I picked. We found the salt well together and did not forget her regrets. She returned home happy. But I'm going to say she never found the salt well. That's just, it doesn't work. The blood pool, I refuse to sacrifice a companion. I'm done. All right, the White March. That was the first game's expansion material, which I had to blow through pretty much. So I made some choices I wasn't happy with. I released the souls of those in the forge, the eyeless. They were returned to the wheel. They went to work restoring Abaddon. Maybe a decision that will come back to bite us in the butt. He assisted me against the eyeless. The siege of Cragholt. Well, I didn't do this. Pretty much. My save file, I never resolved the siege. The Phylactery's Promise, I have no idea what that is. I'm assuming from my reading and my research that that goes with the Siege of Cragholt, but I didn't complete the quest. I'm done. Well, there weren't a whole lot of choices there. Let's see. The Endless Paths of Ad-Nua. Ad-Nua was the dungeon underneath the main keep, our home base. The Blade of the Endless Paths, I did not finish. The Master Below. I didn't kill the Master Below. I didn't kill the Master. I mean, I'm finished. I didn't kill the Master, and I didn't learn Scalebreaker, but that one fit the best, I guess. Thankfully, my save file doesn't have those options, so just pretend like those didn't happen, those choices. Let's see, Defiance Bay. What event do you want to establish at all costs? What happened? Dana Brazo died. Dana Dominel lived. The Wailing Banshee. Lilith lived. Cadman Azos. God, who was Cadman Azo? Cadman Azo lived. Theorems of Padagram. Padagram. Huh. I gave the theorems to Nidra. Undying Heritage. No, I did not absorb the souls. But, to my chagrin, I left the machine intact, and the bad guys reactivated it at the end of the game. Like, in the end credits. So that sucked. That really sucked. Let's see. What happened to Feargra? I reminded Feargra of Margaret's powers. Yep. Let's see. Never far from the Queen. How did you deal with the Leaden Key? with deception and nonviolence. Blood Legacy. What became of Lord Harund and Alis? I wiped her mind and sent her away. Yeah, pretty much. She doesn't have to live with the pain he caused her. Let's see, his old self. I don't think did I do this one? I mean, I'm sure I did this one. I just don't remember it at all. His old self. Probably this one. That's probably, knowing me, that's probably how I handled that quest. Let's see. The Parable of Whale. I hit it. I absolutely hit it. I remember that one. Because whale demands secrecy. I'm finished with Defiance Bay. Alright, now let's go back to the Gilded Veil in Raedric's Hold. Wertan's Fate. I confronted him and convinced him to make amends. I confronted him and killed him. Dang, I don't remember Wertan. Let's see. I probably informed Urgit of his actions. That sounds like something I would do. Raedric and Kolsk. I killed Kolsk. Raedric is still in charge. A Mother's Plea. I gave her the potion, but warned her it wouldn't do anything. Nope. I gave her the potion and told her it would work. I'm finished with Gilded Veil. Twin Elms. Sacrificial Bloodlines. I sacrificed no one. To do this quest, you had to have ungodly high stats, and I just couldn't fit it. I couldn't reach them. So I just took the baby and left Simic alive. A Servant of Death. Who did I kill here? I did not kill Riston. I convinced Arona to kill herself, and by kill herself, I mean she turned herself into a petrified tree, but I did not... Oof. You know what? I'll take that one. Sure. My save game file's not the same, but Into the White Void. I closed the breach and prevented the Winter Elves, the White Elves, from passing through. The Nest Above the Clouds. I let the Sky Dragon stay and convinced the goddess Hylia to let the dragon stay. Hylia got upset about it, but she saw my way of things. I'm finished with Twin Elms. Complete Legacy, I guess. Looks about right. So that's it for that. I'm not going to be using it. Name your... Not... Let's see. That's not quite accurate. Not quite accurate. There we go. So that's that. All right, you spoiler people. We're back in the game. All right, let's dive in. Let's see. Relaxed is too easy for me, but Veteran, I don't feel like challenging myself. I feel like experiencing the game. There were definitely moments in Pillars of Eternity 1 where it was just too hard for me. I had to go and overpower myself to come back. So, I just want to experience the game. So, now there's going to be a moment here that I edit out something. The spoiler for part 1. So.
Aora. A world where mortals live, die, and are reborn through the turning of the wheel. The cycle of reincarnation watched over by the gods, and made possible through pillars of a mystical substance known as Audra. 5 years ago, you traveled from your home to the Deerwood, a nation that had waged war against the incarnated god of light, Aethys, resulting in his destruction. The country suffered from a plague of hollowborn, infants born without souls, that many believed was punishment for killing a god. In an ancient, secluded ruin, you witnessed a secret ritual that inadvertently transformed you into a watcher. One who can see and speak with souls. The ritual also gave you horrible visions. waking nightmares of a past life that threatened your sanity. To put them to rest, you pursued the man who had led the ritual, a seemingly immortal agent of the gods, known as Theos Ix Arcanon. With divine assistance, you confronted and defeated Theos, ending your visions and resolving the Hollowborn crisis. In so doing, you also learned the great secret that Theos had protected. That the ancient empire of Anguith had transformed themselves into gods. Your visions finally put to rest, you retired to the castle of Cadnua, built atop a massive statue of pure Audra, where you ruled in relative peace and prosperity.
Made a nice story. You fixing up that old keep? Lifting the curse? Must have told it 100 times. But something got to gnawing at me. Thinking the spirits there weren't really at rest. That maybe the gods weren't finished with us. I used to dream that when my God came back, he would forgive us. Last the trouble with dreams. Sooner or later, we all have to wake up.
And so you wake to a sleepless world, the in-between of life and death. Follow your memories. You have been here before.
Now there's going to be some spoilers in this section too, which I'm going to cut out for the non-spoiler video, so don't worry about it.
You have seen past the shroud. You are a watcher now, and a watcher you will stay.
A watcher sees souls, knows their pasts, and the souls see them back.
That's Merwold, the first watcher we run into, and the guy whose soul I absorbed.
A dubious honor, inheriting a fortress both broken and cursed.
That's the steward of the keep I inherited. Well, cleaned up, claimed as my own.
What is a god? A higher power? A rewarder of good deeds and punisher of the wicked?
That's Theos. Guy who put me in that mess in the first place. And here's where we cut for spoilers.
The gods aren't real, but something else entirely. Something created by people.
And did you ever consider that these were things you were never meant to understand? That their comprehension is beyond you?
Let the world see. Let them decide what to do.
The wheel has turned again, Watcher. Come.
An aged dwarf shares this strange floating platform with you. His face is creased by so many wrinkles that his features lie buried amid shadowy pockets of skin. Still, the dwarf's well-practiced habits have left telltale tracks of a welcoming rictus across his visage. You can see his smile coming before it blooms, reshaping the dwarf's face from a hanging sack of flesh into something resembling an oddly carved Mary Gore. replete with unhealthy bumps and discolored splotches.
Ugh. Okay. Do you have anything to say to me?
The creases of the dwarf's face tighten into a smile as he gives you a courteous nod.
Alright. God, this looks beautiful compared to the first game. All these little details. Wow. I am blown away.
Sit. Please.
Especially the soul essence. It looks so different compared to the first one. I don't need tutorials. Why are you here? Go away. Now this is just going to recap what my decisions were for the end of the first game, or for the first game itself.
Table is clad in time-worn black armor that seems too massive for her to move in.
This is where I will also load my Pillars 1 save.
A pale, slender neck rises from the gorget, topped by a hollow face. The milky skin stretched across it is delicate and translucent, like parchment that has been scraped clean too many times. She is preoccupied with the arrangement of cards on the table between you. With each movement, her armor squeaks and groans as though bearing an incredible weight. She places a final card, gives a nod of satisfaction, and raises her eyes to meet yours.
Your brush with the divine has drained you of your powers, fractured your memories. Look upon these cards. They represent the courses of your life. You alone know best how they flowed. Arrange them to fit what you remember.
Okay. So I can also load the one that the history I just created. But I'm going to import my save. Yeah. Pretty much. Load.
Does everything appear to be in order?
Yes. Now, I do believe I can make some changes here if I decide I want to.
Good. Welcome to the Beyond. I am Berath. One half, anyway.
Oh.
She points a finger in the direction of the dwarf who led you here. Though the movement is slight, her gauntlet squeaks like a rusty hinge.
Life and death, birth and destruction.
The dwarf's rictus returns as he nods in the woman's direction. The gods offered you boons in exchange for resolving the Hollowborn crisis. What did you do with the souls?
I did this. Why? Oh, okay. So I have to go through this and choose each one. Fine.
Tell me, do you remember when we last met?
Yes. This denotes my choices I made, right?
You did.
She places a card on the table, showing a tall tower with the gods' constellations arrayed around it in the sky. She places a card in the middle of the arrangement, a bell tower with no bell. Her fingertips slowly drag away from the card, faintly creaking as they retreat across the table.
You had need of the gods once before. Now it seems we have need of you. The being that occupied Odnua's statue beneath your castle was the dead god, Aothus. Of this we are certain. What we do not know is what his intentions are. Though Aothus stole a large fragment of your soul, you were strong enough to survive the onslaught and enter the in-between.
Now this is something I like that the developers brought over from Tyranny. All the lore that you want is highlighted by these different colored words, which makes things a lot better because then I don't have to click through and ask about every single thing. The in-between, Aothus, it's just there for you.
You and he are still connected. He has chosen a body made of living Audra, perfused with the power of thousands of souls, including yours. It should be little difficulty for an experienced watcher to find.
Am I dead? Why don't you just do it yourself? Yeah, why don't you just do it yourself?
Taking a physical form in Aora is fraught with peril. Most mortal minds and bodies are incapable of containing divine power. It can lead to problems, as Aethys learned not long ago.
Hammered hand gingerly places a card sideways on the table. It features a man with a burst of light instead of a head.
Right, I know who that is. That's Aethys. Saint Widewin. Well, I'd like to find him as much as you would. He destroyed my castle and killed who knows how many people. I've had enough of dealing with you all. Let's get on with it. It doesn't matter how much you threaten me. I'm not doing this. Yeah. Let's do the first one. Well, I want to find him as much as you would. He destroyed my castle and killed who knows how many people.
I know. It is my business to know. 322 in Cadnua and your surrounding lands.
Dang. I had a lot of people under me.
Their souls remain in Aethys still. You have the power to save them. Serve me and I will return you to your body. Or don't, and return to the wheel.
Well, I know from watching other streamers, I'll take the wheel ends in my death, so let's just move on.
Before you return to Aora as my herald, you must remember who you were, the last whisper of life in death.
For a moment, the sockets of her eyes darken, leaving the pits of a death's head gazing out at you.
When you can picture your own face, the Beyond will lead you back to your own kind, to the world of mortals.
Okay. And here's character creation. Fine. Let's see. Well, I already know what I want to do. I want to remake my character from part 1, but I also want to show off, for those of you who have never played Pillars before, the different races. Humans, you get like sub-human types. The Deerwood, Old Valia, Valian Republics. Tangentially to that, I am going to mouse over these whenever they new ones pop up. Briefly, long enough for those of you watching to pause if you want to see what it says. What is this? Oh, okay. But I'm not going to read them out, and I'm not going to linger over them. It's just for your benefit if you want to know what they are. So we've got two choices on Orleans, which I'm not going to take. Let's see. Godlike. You get... Jeez, I have to go through this one. You get 4 different kinds. Fire Godlike. Death Godlike. What is near death? Below 25% health. Okay. Moon Godlike. And Nature Godlike. Power level? Oh, right. Okay. I am not going to choose Elf either, I don't think. Let's see. Aomao? Aomao? I forget how they're pronounced. I forget how their names are pronounced. Okay. Sue me. But there's 2 here. Yeah, I'm not going to choose either of them. I am going to go with Dwarf, because that's who I had in the first one. I just don't remember what I chose for my Dwarf. Goodness, what did I choose for my Dwarf? Was it Mountain or Boreal? Hunter's Instincts. I could change it now. I'm not stuck with it. Graze instead of Miss. No. Mountain Dwarves are the most. Their Constitution, Affliction. Oh! Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, definitely. Okay, yeah, I'm going with Mountain Dwarf. I'm sticking with what I had last time. Would you like to make a single class or multi-class? Single class. For the first playthrough, I'm not confident enough in my abilities to make a good multi-class. But I'm going to go with Paladin, because that's what I played with last time. Let's see. Major role support, minor role defender. Yeah. Frontline, melee, support, defender. That's how I played this character. That's how I intend to play him. +2 diplomacy, +2 arcana, +2 athletics. Wait, is that new? Okay. Preview ability tree. I don't think we need to do that. I know I'm going to play this character. Paladin. Now stat points. Resolve is useful. Will and deflection defenses. It reflects a character's internal drive. Right. Highly recommended for paladins. Okay. So let's do 15 at least. Look at this. Negative 15% hostile effect duration. 5 deflection plus 10 will. If I go up by 1 more... Yeah, we'll do 15. Intellect. Recommended for a paladin. Area of effect. Oh, yeah, definitely. I want my auras and my healing and everything. I want that effect. I want that area of effect to go up. Damage and healing. I definitely want to raise that for better healing. I'm okay there. Dexterity. I want to get rid of this. Yeah, I want at least a 0 action speed. Perception, accuracy, and reflex. I want my... Alright, I'm just going to go with 40% area of effect. Whatever. I'm not happy with this, but I would need 20 more points to be happy. So, let's just move on. Where are you from? Originally? God, I can't remember what I made my dwarf from originally. +1 might. +1 perception. Oh, God. Depending on where I'm from, I get extra bonus points. +1 intellect. Resolve. What's this? Dexterity. I could... Oof. Resolve. Shoot. Yeah. Alright. We're going to choose that. Raid Ceres. I'm just going to mouse over this for you real quick. And then the Deadfire archipelago. However you pronounce that. I don't really know for sure. But, that's my points. I get 18 in Resolve, which is fine. Okay. So, what was your job? Aristocrat? I know that's what I chose when I was a Gold Pack Knight in the first game. Merchant. We'll go with Merchant. Available weapon types. Let's go with... That sounds good. Wait a minute. If I'm going to go with the shield thing... Let me go back. Sworn enemy. Yeah. While engaged with the shield, +1 engagement. Oh, I knew there was a... Additional corrode damage. Lay on hands gains minor flame shield to target. Sworn enemy gains the upgraded gilded enmity. You know what? I'm going to go with that. I'm going to keep my Gold Pack Knight. Abilities. Lay on hands or flames of devotion. We'll go with lay on hands so I can heal my allies. You know, I'll take the Warhammer and I'll take the poleaxe. That's fine. Alright. We've chosen my 2. Portraits for dwarves. Well, of course I'm going to go with this one. I mean, look at that dashing fellow. How handsome. How wonderful. Colors. I like that. Okay, sure. Name. Well, we're the same person we were when we ended the game, so... And I am going to regret all of these decisions at some point. I'm pretty sure. Let's see. Alchemy? Generally increasing potency, duration, okay. Explosives, mechanics, sleight of hand, stealth. Passive skills, bluff, diplomacy. History, I'm going to want to get up. Insight, I'm going to want to get up. Metaphysics, maybe. Survival, not really. Okay.
Go forth now, Watcher, as my herald. Know that I do not give you this title lightly. When the time comes, you will have the power to reveal the souls that cling to you. To open the gateway from the in-between to the waking world. Okay. Find Aethys. Learn his plans. When I have cause to talk to you, I will summon you.
Okay.
With a quick gesture of her hand, you feel a sharp pain in what would be your chest. The pain continues, intruding deeper into your soul. Looking down, you see a small lump of darkness roiling within you. The darkness lingers there, but the pain abates and fades entirely within the span of a few seconds.
A chime. Do not fear, Herald. It will not harm you unless you choose to cross me. I trust it will not come to that.
Her gauntleted hand gestures to the dwarf, hovering nearby.
I mean, I hope at some point in the game I can have that thing removed, because I don't
dwarf
want to
nods,
work for you.
Contorts his face with his odd smile, and gestures to a new door.
Sure, whatever. Let me just get back to my body. That character creation took way longer than I thought it was going to. Took way longer than I thought it should. But that was mostly because they added a whole bunch of new options to the game and changed up some of the old ways, some of the skills and abilities and stuff from the first game. So I had to teach myself the new way to build a character. I had to teach myself a new way of doing things. So anyways, I'll probably edit down most of that character creation process because that took a long time, and all I really care about is the end result. Yeah, I think I'm gonna stop it here, and we'll continue our playthrough next episode. So until then, stay safe, and God bless.